Hi, welcome to exercise number 3. At this point, you should hopefully have completed exercise number 1 and 2, which involve the 7-day journal, reflection, and then another two sections of 7 days where you really spent time with some of your core beliefs and shifting them and creating new statements and mantras that feel really good to you to begin to use on a daily basis whenever you become aware that you're having thoughts about food and about your body that are less than helpful or less than true or that don't make you feel good. We're really, really focused on shifting the way that we feel and in turn allowing our body to naturally and perfectly come into alignment. So exercise number 3 is going to begin to give you some super practical daily exercises to use on a daily basis as often as you possibly can to really, really solidify and begin to change the experience that you're having with the way that you're feeling with your body and to really begin to shift these beliefs and have this become the core of your experience instead of what you previously were holding on to, what you previously were telling yourself about your body. So I have a write-up for this, but I highly recommend you watch the entire video because I'm going to go into more in depth. The exercise layout is just an outline of the layout, doesn't go into the further explanations for you. So the first thing that I have is a little way that I begin my day and how I really think starting all of our days should be this way. The first thing is you start by knowing that you are exactly where you need to be in this moment. Wherever you find yourself waking up, whatever you find yourself doing, whatever the day calls for you, that is exactly what you were meant to be doing. And just an acceptance of that. The less that we try to change what's going on in our lives, the more that we can recognize what is actually happening right in front of our face, and change will naturally occur on its own. So by recognizing that we are exactly where we need to be in any given moment, especially the moment that I wake up. The second thing is to spend a couple of minutes with yourself repeating the idea, I need do nothing. Now that doesn't mean that you don't need to get out of bed. That doesn't mean that there's nothing that is going to require your attention that day. What it does mean is you're recognizing and consciously affirming that everything you do, every moment is your choice. You are choosing to wake up and go to work. You are choosing to wake up and eat breakfast. You are choosing every single moment what you are doing. So the statement, I need do nothing, is affirming the power that you have to choose in every moment. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily feel happy about going to work, but you can again choose to feel differently about that by reclaiming your power, by reclaiming that, by choosing the thoughts that you're having, by choosing the focus that you're having, you can change the way that you're feeling about those situations. So I need do nothing. Now, the third thing to do in the morning is to just spend a couple minutes with yourself, with your body, and asking yourself, what do I want? Now, this might be in connection to what you're going to eat for breakfast. This might just be in connection to what you want to do for the day. Whatever feels good to you. And just observe whatever arises in your mind and also within your body. Maybe you suddenly become aware of something in your body that needs your attention. Maybe you need to stretch a little bit. This is giving your body permission to give you messages that you have not been receiving. So that's how to start your day. Most of us roll out of bed in the morning and don't really give any conscious attention to ourselves at all. And this is a practice that's really going to shift the way that your whole day unfolds as you begin to allow yourself to cultivate this practice. The next two exercises that I have for you in this exercise number 3 is releasing the judgment of your desires and learning to trust your desires. Because as human beings, we've kind of been taught the opposite. We've been taught not to trust the desires that I have in my body. We've been taught not to trust the cravings that I have. We've been taught not to trust the things that I really want, which is so backwards. Why aren't we pursuing what I desire most? So there's what I have here is a way to release the judgment, and allow those blocks that we have to truly hearing what we desire to occur, and then an exercise in learning how to trust your desire. And so it starts by, just giving yourself 10 or 15 minutes whenever you have time throughout the day to set aside the rest of the world. Remember, you need to do nothing so the world can wait. It's your choice. And to just simply relax and breathe into the question, what do I truly want? And to sit with your eyes closed for a little bit and let whatever comes up, and then to write it down. And then again, to relax into the body, and then ask yourself, what do I truly desire? And that's kind of the same process. Let whatever comes up, and then write it down. And then you repeat this until you've done it for 7 days. You don't need to do it every day. You probably won't do it every day in the beginning. It's going to become something that becomes a practice for you. Once you have done it 7 times, then you go ahead and review and see what came up. See what shifted, see what types of things changed, and what was something that came up repetitively for you. And the purpose of this, again, is to really help us release the judgment that we have in regards to our desires and learning to trust it. Learning to trust that what I truly desire is not going to be detrimental to another person. It's not going to be detrimental to myself. I'm learning to listen to my body and to give it what it desires. And we notice the patterns, we notice the threads, and that helps us to really trust that I know within me what my body needs in every moment, as long as I'm not basing my decisions based on the rest of the world. Again, that idea, I need to do nothing. I don't need to eat a specific food to lose weight. I don't need to exercise to lose weight. None of those things are necessarily true for you unless you are believing them. So this is really helping us to undo the blocks that we've had, undo the beliefs that we have learned from the rest of the world, and to start trusting in ourselves again, really cultivating that trust. And then the last exercise that I give you is how to end your day. This doesn't need to be a ritual. This doesn't need to take hours and hours and hours. You can do it simply with one breath. So we end the day again by reminding ourselves, I need do nothing. There's nothing I need to do. Absolutely nothing. It's all a choice. It's all the choices that I make on a moment-to-moment basis. And then to simply release the day. You can do this with one breath. It doesn't need to be, again, doesn't need to be a ritual. One simple breath. I release and forgive this day. It was absolutely perfect, and it is done. It was very good, and it's finished. And that's it. We let our days be sufficient unto themselves. We do not need to dwell about the choices we made. We don't need to dwell on the food that we ate. We don't need to dwell on if I exercised or if I didn't exercise. Just simply let the day be done and let rest come. And then we start a new day. Now, as well, throughout these new practices that we're introducing into your experience, we're still going to be very diligent with our thinking. We're going to be extremely diligent in becoming aware when the old thought patterns and old beliefs of the body are coming up, when those old thinking, like I need to work out or I'm not going to lose weight or I need to eat a very specific food, the if this, then that thinking that we're going to be replacing. If you haven't already, please read the blog that's titled You Aren't What You Eat, You're What You Believe About What You Eat, because that's where I give you the foundation explanation of the if this, then that thinking. The brief overview is all of our beliefs about our food and the body are based on if this, then that. So if I eat this food, then my body will do this. If I don't work out, then my body won't lose weight. And we're working on replacing these with matter-of-fact truth statements. I am perfect exactly as I am. My body perfectly digests everything that I put into it. I easily and effortlessly lose weight. So we're completely wiping away this if, this, then that foundation and bringing it back to, again, our own power of claiming who we truly are and what our bodies are truly capable of, without setting any limitations upon them and without allowing everything that the world has taught us to muddle up what my body desires in this moment. So that's exercise number 3. There's kind of a lot, and this is really where you begin to put into it what you're going to get out of it. You're only going to feel the effects of the change in your thinking as much as you're actually changing your thinking. So how much energy are you putting into changing your beliefs? How often are you affirming those new statements that you created for yourself? How often are you allowing the truth to be your experience instead of the beliefs that you've collected throughout your life? Again, if you ever have questions, send me a message, go over to the forum. We're always here to help. And this is probably the part of the journey as well where some other types of things are going to start to be coming up for you that are completely unrelated to you and your mind, to the body and weight loss. But the truth is everything in our life is super interconnected. And if there's other areas of your life that you have been ignoring, if there's things that have happened in your past that you didn't really process fully, if there's relationships in your life that need to change, you're going to start to become very, very, very aware of those as you begin to work on this process, because you're beginning to become in tune to who you truly are. And as you become more aligned with that truth, the things in your outer circumstances are probably going to change as well. So please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to discuss anything else that's coming up for you in your life and how it is related to the journey that you're committed to now with your body and discovery and allowing that weight to just go away. So give yourself a big pat on the back. You've made it a huge, huge, huge way so far, and the journey is just beginning. It's really so exciting. I hope you're starting to experience some of the freedom. I hope you're starting to experience some of the lightness that really will come. And if you're not, send me a message. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's not working for you so we can start to get you feeling lighter, start to get you feeling like you are in love with your body in every moment and that you're living the life you want to desire. Blessings. I love you. Thanks for sharing the journey with me.